I haven't got a lot to say, Mike.
We have time.
You got Pentangeli, that's all I can tell you. I didn't know it was gonna be a hit, Mike. I swear to God, I didn't know it was gonna be a hit. He said that you and Roth were in on a big deal together.
You believe that story? You believe that?
He said there was something in it for me, on my own. Send Fredo off to do this, send Fredo off to do that. Let Fredo take care of some Mickey Mouse nightclub somewhere. Like, dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect. The Senate lawyer, Questat, he belongs to Roth.
You're not a brother, you're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there.
I don't want anything to happen to him while my mother's alive.
Oh. So the day after she dies.
Yeah, holy crap.
Mr. Pentangeli.
Who is that? His father or something?
Pentangeli. Were you a member of the Corleone family?
I never knew no Godfather.
Oh.
I got my own family, Senator.
Were you at any time
He's loving it.
a member of a crime organization headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that.
Whoever Michael brought in, that's perfect.
Mr. Corleone, would you kindly identify for the committee the gentleman sitting to your left?
Ah, whoever it is.
He's not under subpoena, and his reputation in his own country is impeccable.
Are you saying he knows nothing about these matters?
To my knowledge, nothing.
Wow.
That's all I needed.
Perfect.
Michael, I'm not going back to Nevada. I brought the children to say goodbye to you.
What?
Changes I want to make.
I think it's too late for changes, Michael.
His brother came, helped him.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
It was between the brothers, Kay. I had nothing to do with it.
Michael, you say you love me, and then you talk about allowing me to leave.
There are things that have been going on for years between men and women that will not change.
Over!
Do you expect me to let you go? Do you expect me to let you take my children from me? No, in time, you'll feel differently. You'll be glad I stopped you now. I'll change. I've learned that I have the strength to change.
It wasn't a miscarriage. It was an abortion.
Oh!
An abortion, Michael.
Son.
I wouldn't bring another one of your sons into this world.
Whoa!
Wow.
It was an abortion, Michael. Not with this Sicilian thing
Oh
that's
my
been
God.
going on for 2,000 years.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
crap. He's going to beat the...
Oh, boy, that was
Look at
something
that.
else. Wow.
Oh, he's going back to the guy. He hasn't seen him since he was a little kid. Here, I got some poison oil for
revenge.
you.
Yeah, like you said.
Se você mi vuole fare l'onore, ci vuole sempre conoscere o socio mia America. A New York, in America si chiama
How ironic.
Cheng Olive Oil Company.
È onesto pecciotto di Nuova York.
Sta qua vicino a me, non c'è.
Fallo vedere più vicino, perché poi io... Come ti chiami?
What's your name?
Mi chiamo Vito Corleone.
Vito Corleone.
Antonio Andolini. E chi
This is for you.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, he got him.
You should have turned the car
Ouch.
around.
Watch it, watch it.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no, we got it too.
Oh, look at the
boy.
cut. Oh,
Yeah.
that cut.
Crazy.
He feels better.
Got his
now.
revenge. Yeah. That's
That's a
what the
good
guy was
business
saying,
trip.
though. Thank God.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Oh, so is
Oh,
Fredo.
God.
Yeah. Watch your back now, buddy.
It's not there.
Don, where's Mike? Waiting for you to leave.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't want to come in. Is that still the red carpet from his father?
Yeah.
Michael Fredo's in the house with Mama. He asked for you, and Tom said you wouldn't see him. Michael, I hated you for so many years. You were just being strong for all of us the way Papa was. And I forgive you. Can't you forgive Fredo?
Wow, he did.
Okay, good. She probably saved his life.
He's like, phew, maybe I don't have to kill him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Woo. Connie just saved your life.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's like, you still have to do it.
Yeah, he nodded. Oh my God, I don't know.
Our friend and business partner, Hyman Roth, is in the news. You hear about it?
I hear that he's in Israel.
Mm-hmm. He's been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years.
Our plane goes to Miami.
Right. That's where I want it met.
I mean, you've won. You want to wipe everybody out?
I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, Tom. Just my enemies. That's all. Allora, tu stai?
Sì, io stai.
Bene.
You were always interested in politics, history. I remember you talking about Hitler back in '33.
And we was like the Roman Empire. The Corleone family was like the Roman Empire. Yeah, but only the rich guys, Tom. The little guys, they got knocked off, and all their estates went to the emperors, unless they went home and they killed themselves. And sometimes they had a little party before they did it.
Anthony, will you kiss your mother goodbye? Anthony, say goodbye to Mama. Anthony.
Gonna meet face to face.
Oh boy.
Mary, come here.
Oops. He's gonna close the door on.
The boat's gonna go kaboom.
That's right.
If it's Fredo.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's taking his son.
He's here. We're going fishing.
No! Michael wants to take him to Reno now.
Oh.
Oh, is Rocco going with him?
I
They're
know.
gonna let go of Uncle Fredo.
Yeah. Sucks. He's looking around.
Oh, here he is, Roth.
Yeah. He's walking.
How is he gonna do it? Did he kill himself?
Yeah, he mentioned about cutting the wrists and bleeding out.
Righty?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like wow.
It's worth it. Oh, he did.
Oh, he did do exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
Mary, Mother of God.
I can't watch. I can't. I'm trying. He's watching from afar. You see it? Oh, he heard it. Okay. Oh, my guy's own brother. Jeez.
Oh, you got a dump all over there.
Wow.
Hey, everybody, come on, pay attention.
Oh.
Wow.
It's my friend Carlo Rizzi. It's my brother Fredo. Oh, you know Fredo.
Sonny, come on.
So many people dead in that room.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't feel like that, why don't you just quit college and go to join the army?
I did. I enlisted in the Marines.
That's why.
Or she'll call it a tree.
That's swell, Mike. Congratulations.
That's right, encouraging. Go on, give me a drink. What?
I have my own plans for my future.
Once you go to college, you get stupid. You're really stupid.
That's right. That's funny.
Oh, he stays there. Huh? He stays away.
He kept his ring on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are always changing.
See that? Yeah. Oh, nice.
I mean, family is everything, and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah.
much betrayal, and
Sure is. Wow.
that's tough.
Mm.
I mean, for him to kill his brother,
Fredo.
I mean, he was selfish, he was clueless, he, you know.
Yeah, and he
That's
went
right.
against him.
He
You
sure
know,
did.
and,
I know he
just don't go against your family.
Yeah, he didn't think it was going to go that far, but he was selfish, and he just kept saying, like, I'm your older brother, you're not supposed to take care of me, and it was always me, you know, and he risked his family. Like, he almost got killed, his wife almost got killed, the unborn baby.
Yeah.
She had an abortion, but, you know, they almost all got killed there.
Definitely.
And he did something stupid, like, really beyond stupid, but the fact that, you know, he couldn't even forgive him for that.
And he couldn't
Michael just
because,
decided
you
to
know,
kill
he
his
went
family.
against everything. You know, you don't know these guys that you're dealing with.
That's
you're
right.
doing these little deals. And even though, you know, Fredo didn't know that it was going to go that far, still, you're making a deal with people you don't know against your brother.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like a sin. It's just a horrible thing to even think of doing that against him.
Yeah, and who knows if he'll do something like that again, because he is very self-absorbed and insecure. He always botches things up. He's always like going out and sleeping with a bunch of women, spending a lot of money, drinking a lot on the
He's
side.
playing his own game,
and-
you know. He's playing in the game, and he shouldn't be.
Yeah, and he just spews out all this information, even lying to his own brother, and then saying, "Yeah, Johnny, oh, I don't know Johnny. Yeah, Johnny, yeah, I know him." Blah blah blah. Like, right there, like he's just a loose cannon.
Because of the drink, you know. He wasn't thinking, and he's not level-headed. Michael's level-headed.
Very
He's
much,
always thinking. I mean, he's
He
constantly
definitely is,
thinking
yes.
maybe too much, but I mean, that's what loyalty gets you. I mean, that's how he became, you know, the Don.
And Connie didn't know the whole story, but he tried to talk Michael into forgiving Fredo, too.
I thought that was going to be like,
That
oh
was
God,
wonderful.
Connie just saved him.
Yeah.
But no, he could not
No,
let
he
it
couldn't
go.
go,
It just
no.
shows how much resentment he had. And even his mom
Definitely.
saying something along the lines of family is everything and the family's always there, or however she said it.
yeah.
But he's like, well, it's sometimes things change. And once he said that, that just kind of stayed in the back of my head. And I'm like, yeah. So once
It's not finished yet.
once he really found out what his brother did, I'm like, he's not going to forgive Fredo for that. So he's going to have him killed. Like, that was really sad. You could still see it was hard on him because he does love his brother still, but he couldn't get past that.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. He couldn't kill him himself.
And then with Kay having the abortion and telling him about that.
Yeah,
going back
because
to
she,
that,
she did not want to have another, and she
son.
knew it was a boy.
That's right.
And
She
she
told him.
had the abortion because she didn't want him, you know, living in this lifestyle
That's right,
anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because
Yes,
she already
yeah.
has 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
You
right,
know, living now primarily with Dad.
Yeah.
But
that's for sure.
you know, it's one thing to do that. I mean, it's her body, it's her right, but for her not to say, I
It's
mean,
her
he
husband.
is
He's the father.
he is a Don, so you
That's
know,
right,
it's
yeah.
a kind of a different situation than not telling a father of the child.
That's
But
right.
I kind of thought that maybe she should have just left him and, you know, disappeared, but it's kind of hard again. I mean, he's.
I don't think you can just
He
disappear
can't just
because she
leave,
doesn't have that
yeah.
kind of power,
Yeah.
you know. He would probably fight to the end to make sure he finds her, and it probably would end bad for her. But yeah, like, I was shocked. We were all shocked about her getting an abortion. I get it's your own body, and I agree that you should be able to do, you know, certain things, you know, for health and for other reasons. But for her, like, she was married. We don't know the full situation on how bad it was because he does. Like, Michael had control over everything, and he seemed like he really did love his wife.
Yes.
And he never cheated on her because we see other
never
movies
cheated
where
her
people
on her,
do.
never beat her, never, you know, did any of that. But she was still under his thumb. She couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so we don't know like how much control, and I'm sure he had a lot of control over her where she really didn't have any free will, and he probably didn't listen to her, so there could have been a lot of bad things there where she even said at the point where she wanted to do something so drastic, she didn't want evil, like to make evil anymore or something, where she wanted to do something final where she could just leave. And to go that far, I was shocked because, first of all, he's the Don, not just her husband. I mean, like, if you're married and you don't know if there's, like, problems going on, even so, like, if you're married and it's not, like, not abusive or something, you should be able to communicate with your husband that that's what you want, whether it's going to be, I don't know, it's easier said because there's so many different situations, but for her to just get an abortion, I was floored by that.
Because, just get your tubes tied or something, or do contraceptives without him knowing.
That's right.
I can't get pregnant, sorry, do something before.
Do something preventative beforehand.
But, whatever the situation, she did what she did, and now she has to, live apart from her kids. And it's
that was rough.
And it's killing the kids, and it's killing him, because he does truly love her.
He does, and slowly closing the door on her, that was like a huge
you
moment.
Dismissed me, I'm dismissing you now. You killed my son, and that's in his eyes, you killed my son, so that's it. You're nothing to me now.
Yeah, and she's like, you're so blind, like, was she throwing hints? And they were.
Yeah, and he kind of was to, what she wanted, especially with the trial going on. Oh, you brought his brother over all the way from Sicily just to have him walk in the room and walk out, just so, this is all put aside, Yeah.
It's crazy on how he was caught, and they had some evidence, but like he's the Godfather, and he does all these criminal activities, major crimes, and he still got away with it, like
that's
crap.
It. And the relative of the first guy that killed his mom, he
Vito,
and he had this guy going against him. Chi was going up in front of this FBI and saying yes, Michael did all this, and then to have Frankie's backing, I mean, it's just all intertwined, all these guys after him, but now he's free of all that, but now he's in his own little cell, really, because he can't really leave. He doesn't have his wife anymore.
That's right, yeah.
And the biggest division is him and his wife. His wife is not completely on board with it, right from the start. Like his father and mother, she was completely on board with it, bringing her friend, oh, come help my friend, this is unjust, we have to help. And you saw the support of his mom and dad. Right, she was always by his side.
Yeah.
And he didn't have that with Kay. She was resistant. And it's decades later, and she's not Italian herself, so she hasn't been, known to this kind of, family.
I wish so.
Yeah, so he didn't have, the support like his dad had with his mom.
Yeah.
That's right.
I really enjoyed seeing Vito and how he became the Don,
Yeah,
and just how cool
got rid of the black hand.
I love Robert De Niro. I thought he was a good choice for the role.
Yes. Always stood tall and very, very cool and suave.
And even though, because I know we're like rooting for a lot of characters, and they're doing a lot of criminal activities, and here with Vito, like how he's going around and being respectful, like he's still getting money from people and free stuff, and making a business out of it, but like everyone's scared of him, and he's still like thank you, and he's always showing respect to a certain extent, and people just, it's so different from the previous guy, and how he even took out that guy. Like he was a very dominating, terrifying guy, and he's like, it's one guy, there's three of us, and he's like, don't worry, and then now he's like,
I'll
make it offer, you can't refuse. That was great.
If I take care of it, you guys owe me a favor, and that's how
it started.
Roth got his though at the end.
Man,
he did. It's not impossible,
right? And his guy, he knew he was going to die. He knew he was going to die for it, and he sacrificed himself for Michael.
I did have a thought where I'm like, where they kept saying it's not impossible. I was like, whoever does it is not going to get out of there, because how the heck are they going to do it and run? Because if there's going to be FBI and everyone there, like there's no way. So,
boy.
they were able to succeed there. And he got away with it for a long time, too. I mean, well, he stayed alive, I should say. But,
and you can't knock him. He's tried every country he could to knock him back to jail.
Yeah, right. And they had all this money, but no one cared.
No,
That's
they
right.
care.
They did not want him.
No.
Didn't matter at that point. The money's not always power.
We don't
you know?
need you. We don't want you.
Ooh, and going back to Vito, I enjoyed the part where he got his revenge. Like, he actually went back and he actually killed that guy. And, what a death, too, by a dagger. Like, he had a
And
big
he just
knife.
raped it up.
Sick.
Like,
And you only have one guard there. I know he's older and he's not, like, not moving, but you only have the one guard. I was like, that's kind of dangerous.
I know, because
just kill
the
him.
threats
There's going to be
weren't
probably
there.
a lot of people. They probably knew there weren't a lot of people there, so.
Here, buy my oil. Shh.
Oh, sick. Yeah, so that was very fitting. And, Chi-Chi, you know, he was right, because from the start he was just like, you know, he killed Paulo, and then he's like, because his son will always want revenge. He's going to want revenge. And he goes, sorry, your other son has to go too. And she's pleading for Vito, and he's right, though, full circle. I mean, many years later, full-grown adult, family established.
That's right, and he kind of knew. He's
revenge.
like, what's your father's name?
That's what
I like how he had to, like, whisper to him. And from what we saw early on when he first killed that crime boss in New York, and he's like wrapped up and you can't see the gun. Then we had the same thing where he's like wrapped up and he has a dagger that time, and I was like, oh god.
I loved it because I loved how he immigrated to America and how they accidentally changed his name.
Oh, that's right.
Right to the town.
The town, yeah.
So it was interesting, and then when he introduced himself and she kind of knew. He's like, oh, Vito, okay, what's your father's last name?
That was good.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah, very good storytelling.
Wow.
I'm happy that we followed the characters from the first one. I wasn't sure if we were going to extend somewhere else or... but yeah, like, Michael did very well for himself. I mean, got to make some hard choices, but he's very smart.
Away from the city.
He learned a lot from his father, a whole lot. Like, he gave him a lot of good lessons, and some people that are really close to you can betray you, and you have to just be calm and know your situation. And talking to Roth and acting like he was a close friend of his, like, he knew right away, like, talking to him, that he was the one who tried to get him killed.
Yeah. Thanks to Fredo. And I feel that Tom went to Frankie to say, hey, you know, it's okay if you kill yourself, if you know what I mean. You know,
yeah, I mean, I don't say that was poetic, but like, I was like, oh crap, and he was very cool about it, and he goes, yeah, I'll just go out that way, and that's, you know.
That's right.
So it was, God, I can't even imagine, but it was a better way to die, I guess. But
he did it his way.
Jeez.
Sure did.
And the cops were, you're in custody with them. You're friends with them after a while, and they're like, "Come on, let's go play cards." You know, and he just took his opportunity and took care of things.
Yeah, you know, I like the storytelling in this because this movie was very long, and you know, it kept your interest.
It did.
Learning about everyone and seeing the history, and I like how you have that music all the way through, and it's not always like action packed.
Right.
You know, like it's enough where it's an interesting story, compelling, and then you have these shocking moments, and you do have these violent moments, but it's not always about that. Like, we know what they're about and how much power they have. So just that alone, like, we know.
Yes.
And it's just very intimidating, and it's very interesting on how they go about making this business like successful and getting respect and keeping balance amongst other like gangs and stuff. But here, like, you know, Michael killed all these crime bosses, like all these mafia heads.
Anyone who was against him. Any of his enemies. And I was kind of wondering about Tom for a minute there.
I thought so.
Yeah, during one of our breaks, because it is a long movie, so we did take a couple breaks, and Mom and I were like, I think Tom might be, because he's too good, and he was dismissed, and I know Michael said that, it's because we love you, we don't want you involved in that stuff or something, but he was kind of dismissed last movie, and then here he was asking again to be more involved, and they were dismissing him again, and he would, like, and then here Michael goes up to him saying that I really trust you and they're so close, and I'm like, he would be the ultimate twist for me to be like, oh my God, you know, because you know, Tommy gets emotional and he's like, oh wow, I always wanted you to consider me or think of me as your brother, a true brother, and they had an emotional moment. So I was like, I don't know, but that would be like the biggest twist for me to see him.
No, I'm happy it was
Yeah, it was too.
Fredo, and it was not anything like that.
Yeah,
me too. It was.
Fredo, you can see his weakness, you know.
Yeah,
he liked
it was
to
just
play
right out.
the game.
It was front out,
Yeah.
So definitely more obvious. And with Tom, why was like Michael upset with him? Just because he didn't tell him he wanted to move with his family or something?
Well, he was keeping tabs on him. Of course, he has to watch his back all the time, Michael does. So he was probably just had tabs on Tom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like,
knew about his mistress, knew about other
Yeah.
opportunities. He turned it down. You know, yes, you have my loyalty, and he just moved on with work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know, he is very cool, and he is loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, the acting was phenomenal in this,
very
and
good.
you know, seeing Connie too, like,
yeah.
You know, I was disappointed in her character, but I can't imagine, like, I did like her, but she went through so much in the past one, and she was abused, right?
She was abused, and she, you know, family couldn't, you know, meddle into her affair, you know, her affairs with her husband, and the family killed him, you know, because of what he did. So, you know, maybe she just, like she was saying to Michael, I'm going to hurt you hurting me is hurting you.
It's easier said, and she went through a whole lot, and just how, you know, she kept going back to him for money, and
but she came back to him, and now
apologized
she's with the family.
And I felt so bad for the children, her children.
I know, that was the biggest thing too.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, the children, just ignoring them, like that was the biggest thing. Where
right.
Vito was always like, it's all about family, and she was just
right.
dismissing that and being selfish and doing her own thing. And Michael does have a lot of pressure. Not only is he the Godfather, but he has a family that's kind of broken. He's trying to keep them together, and and people have their flaws.
They do,
Yeah, they
and
do.
I think Anthony's going to have a lot of pressure next because he's the
I think so too.
His one son.
Yeah.
I like the fact of we keep going back to like even Vito and Michael going to fruit. You know, they always have fruit. You know, Dad goes to a fruit stand because that's where he started. He started working, you know, he was in produce, you know, and then he was let go by his friend's dad. He had to because of that black hand guy, you know, hey, you got to get a job for my nephew. And, you know, he was let go. But it always goes back to, and then he's eating the orange. Like, that's the purest thing. He's remembering his father, you know, through those little moments.
Yeah, I like that too. You always go back to the roots, you know, like you gotta remember your histories and your bonds and why
and how you got here and what you did.
Yeah. So overall, I really did enjoy this.
I did too.
Did you guys like this better than the first one? Did you like part 1 better, part 2 better? No right or wrong answers.
I like both of them, but I like the first one better.
I agree. I liked both of them. I liked how Michael changed in the first one
he did.
from you know the
that was
war
like a
hero
huge thing,
to you know
huge crime boss
to the crime boss, you know, to the Godfather, and that was tremendous. And this is wonderful because you see how he is handling the family.
I want to say that I enjoyed both a lot, but the first one is my favorite because of those reasons. I love Michael's development from I had no clue he was going to be the Godfather because he was like the least
the opposite. I was hoping it wasn't going to be Sonny because he was just
he was at the fight and but yeah, so I like his character development in the first movie. I really loved Vito in that one. And again, Robert De Niro did a great job.
Did he? I know.
Later, so it was kind
especially when he was killing the black hand, like then his voice was really changing and getting raspier.
Yeah, that was neat. And and just like learning more about the characters and this one definitely had its scary moments. I was like leaning forward and closing my ears.
Yes, even though, you know, nothing happened at those particular moments.
I know, I overthink it.
When they were showing the cake, I thought the cake was poisonous.
And then we all thought it was poisonous.
It's terrible. Showing it, that was just
we've seen so
because
much
Ross
on
wasn't
this
eating
channel.
it. He's like, I want a smaller piece. He's like, eat.
I
And I saw Michael eating. I'm like, no, no.
You're like, okay, maybe it's okay. I know. Isn't that crazy? All the scenes.
And then I thought Roth was going to either be stabbed and pushed over the balcony.
God,
I was like, I know, you just never know,
Right?
You overthink it, but a lot of you guys who watch us know all the content or most of the content that we've seen. We've seen a ton of things already, and we've seen a lot of different outcomes, and you just don't know sometimes, so we overthink things. But and the way that this is shot, similar to the first one too, where we have a lot of up-close shots, sometimes with heavy light contrast, where we have like dark and light, and the shadows are very, very dark, where you're waiting for something to be looming in the shadows and surprise you, but we didn't have a lot of that. A couple times maybe, but not really a lot. But I kept thinking that something was going to happen, so we were always on edge because the close-up shots were just so uncomfortable. Like something was going to be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like something's like, "I'm not." And just like,
and just Michael's face, you know, his eyes. Like, what is he thinking? He's just always in deep in thought. So you just don't know what he's going to do next. Is he going to pull out?
He's intimidating too.
Right?
Yeah, like I truly felt that. He was really great in that role. Yeah, very good movie.
That's very good.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts below. Did you like this movie? I'm sure you did because we got so many requests for this. It was very long, but for 3.5 hours, it was very engaging. It was very good.
Right.
Really good story. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out our full reaction, if you're watching on YouTube, you can check out our Patreon in the links below. And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.